Hey everybody, it's Seti the Wind Sage with a disclaimer. The following episode has one scene near the end of the part that is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer's discretion is advised. Another note is that this episode is not, or more so, does not have a lot of bearing to the main plot and thus can be skipped. Now, on to your regularly scheduled episode.
Hey everybody, it's Seti the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play Kindred Spirits on the Roof. In the last part, we started the cherry events with Sasa's perspective on the whole Umi and Sasa relationship, and let's just say things escalated quickly. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'd usually, go to the CGs to kind of review the episode, but let's just say not an option this time. But we can always see this one. Anyway, and you know what? I'm actually kind of a little bit glad I'm actually kind of glad that I started with Umi and Sasa's first, because this tells me one thing now. This gives me a very important note to remember for this game. It's not going... As we get further on, it's going to start pulling less and less punches. And, yeah, now that I know what to expect, I can better prepare for it. Because honestly, most of my reaction of last episode is mostly because I was caught completely off guard. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it. Viewer's discretion is advised. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be doing Track Team Summer Camp 1. Well, and the rest of the Amishima and Inamoto cherry events. Now, there's a very specific reason I chose these next. Whatever the order was going to be, I was always going to have... Whatever the order was going to be, I was always going to have Amishima and Inamoto and Umi and Sasa back to back, like one after another. There was never going to be like Umi Sasa, then Koba, then Amishima and Inamoto. It's like, no, these two were always going to be back to back because these are the two things that I feel intrigued me the most in terms of the main story arc. If only because, you hear the stuff from Megumi about Umi and Sasa, and it just kind of makes you wonder. And then you hear this also from Megumi and Sachi about Inamoto and Amishima having a big falling out, or like a really nasty fight, and it's like, you know what? I want to see that. So yeah, let's get started. Let's not waste any time. Let's try not to have like an hour 15 long part like I did last time. Still sick, by the way. Don't mind the coughing. This is like a new expression from Amishima. It's also like a really unique. I say expression, but it's more portrait. It's also a really unique portrait, honestly. Also, by the way, I like the bluntness for pretty much just a few lines back. This is actually like a very again, the also new portrait. It looks really cool, but like, again, I think this portrait also fits Inamoto. But okay, and portrait aside, I think the time where you understand a character best in this story is when you get inside their head. And with Amishima, while her personality isn't that different from what we've seen before, it shows that this shows that Amishima does do a bit of serious thinking, where Amishima hasn't shown much seriousness up to this point, and now it's like, now that we're kind of like getting inside her head pretty much, like it's nice to see her like a lot more aware of things. The whole just constantly insisting on wanting to get physical with Inamoto is a tad I feel it's a tad irritating, but her heart's in the right place. Her heart's in the right place, and that counts for a lot. So, which also shows by the fact that despite not liking all the rules, she still goes with all. She still goes with all of them because of how much she cares for Inamoto. So yeah. Also, I think I might know what their argument might be about, but I'll save that for later. if I'm going to be completely honest, I will admit that there has been something about this entire set of cherry events that has bothered me. Well, like, not the entire set of cherry events. No, Amishima and Inamoto's relationship that always bothered me. And admittedly, I've kind of just dawned on me what it is. But, like, I have a kind of hard time completely seeing them together as a couple. I guess because this is like the only one the game didn't build up first, but like in every single couple up to this point, there is a moment, or there's going to be a moment where in your mind it just solidifies for you that yeah, this is a real couple, or yeah, these characters actually really care for each other. Like it's genuine love. Just bumped my mic there, sorry. For example, for Kitty and Sono, it was episode 28. That's the episode that really kind of solidified for me that these characters definitely like belonged together. And you know, for Maki and Miki, while not completely, it was, well, while Maki and Miki, while they're not even a couple yet, it was oh, where is it? Oh, is it in the next one? Oh. It was yeah, pushover 3, or the whatever the last one in that set was, where that really solidified to me, like that last cherry event, that really solidified for me, like yeah, these girls could really be a couple. I have not reached that point with Amishima and Inamoto yet. Yeah, they were just kind of, they were the latest couple introduced, and I'll probably get to that point eventually. But as it stands right now, just no. Like, heck, with Yuna and Hina, who I'm not even sure are going to be a couple, the episode that this CG is in, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I think it's part 32 or something. Okay, yeah, I can't even remember. Just kind of spouting off numbers that sound like they make sense. I've even reached that point with them where that CG, that solidified to me that these girls could be a couple. So yeah, I'm just kind of explaining what I'm a little, I'm just kind of explaining what I'm a tad, I'm just kind of explaining a bit of my about my apprehensions. Like I'm a bit apprehensive about this, or more like nervous, because like I'm a bit nervous that I might not ever reach that point with this couple. I probably will, but yeah, that's just kind of that's just kind of like the thing that's always bothered me with this couple. To an extent, they don't really seem like, I haven't hit a point where I can completely say in my mind, yeah, these characters are perfect together. Amishima's kind of like monologue in the beginning, talking about when they talk about like their feelings for each other and like the rules and all that stuff, like Amishima and Inamoto, it helps, but it doesn't solidify anything for me. Anyway, let's get let's get going. Amishima? Amishima? I keep forgetting to look up what onigiri is. Seriously. I would say I would do it in between parts, but then I'd probably forget again. I will honestly say this, I have a really hard time completely getting, Amishima, because, like, okay, she's the looser one, she's the more laid back one in those two relationship, and, you know, opposites to an extent strapped. If both of them were extremely loose or extremely wound up, that isn't good. But to an extent, as like, I know it doesn't have to be serious every single time, but it's like, it almost to an extent feels like she's like Amishima's putting no seriousness into like anything. Like she talks about how much she cares for Inamoto, but at the same time, there's that moment where she was pretty much telling Hina that they were going to live together, even though that kind of defied the rules Inamoto made. Inamoto didn't seem extremely bothered by it, but yeah. Yeah, and I get what it could be, like, maybe, like, they've been together for so long, she's, like, more casual about it, but it's, like, I guess it ties back to the fact that I'm that person who prefers... it kind of ties back to, like, something I said before when we first met these two, that I generally tend to like people that are a little more, like, wound up tight than too loose. But, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, being laid back, you know, being casual, you know, like, being fun every once in a while, like, is good, but it's like, there's time and a place and all that. Anyway, I'm not going to rant on any longer about that. I think we're at the, if not the final, close to the final, if the final, either the final cherry event, or, if not the final cherry event, the second to last one, probably, with how this is going. I will say this would be the first time we have four cherries. At least I'm pretty sure.
ひなか。
そう、自主トレのつもりみたいね。
今日もたっぷり練習あるのにな。頑張るね。
そうね。コーチと話しているんだけどね。ひなには短距離より中長距離の方が向いてるんじゃないかって。
ああ、そうなんだ。
短距離の方、記録的にもちょっと頭打ちなのよね。体もこれ以上大きくなるかわからないし。
ひなはなんて言ってるの？もう話した？
ちょっとだけね。考えてみたらってくらい。
で、なんて？
イエスなのかノーなのかよくわからなかったわ。
ひならしいね。
どうなのかしらね。ひなは走るのが大好きみたいだから転校もありなのかしら。
難しいこと考えるより短い距離をバーって走る方が向いてる気もするけどね。
難しいことね。あなたと一緒ね、その辺。何も考えないで走ってるってことよ。短距離だって長距離だっていろいろ考えるところはあるはずなんだけど。
難しいこと分かんなくってね。
でしょうね。羨ましいったら。
まあひなの希望に沿ってあげたいけどな、私としては。
まあそうなんだけどね。私もそうよ。本人が納得してないのに転校させても仕方ないし。
ひな可愛くていい子だからさ、楽しんで走ってほしいんだよね。
そうね。走ることにすごい真面目なのよね。
私は素直なとこが気に入ってるな。
もうちょっと部長らしい意見を持ってよね。あら？
どうしたの？
ほら、あそこ。
おお、ゆなちゃんじゃん。
ゆなちゃんもひなの自主トレの見学かしら。
幼馴染なんだよね。ゆなちゃんも可愛いよね。クールなとことひなに対して甘いとことギャップがいいな。
しっかり者みたいだしね。私ちょっと声かけてくる。食事のこととかちょっと確かめておきたいことあるし。
行っちゃうの？私を置いて他の女のところに？やっぱり若い子の方がいいのね。
こんなとこでバカなこと言わないで。
Okay, see, okay, yeah. Moments like that with the whole like over dramatic like kind of acting from Amishima, like that's pretty funny. Honestly.
はい。
もうちょっとしたらひなやめさせてね。練習に響くから。
了解。
お願いね。
さて、ひなは何周走ってるのかね。距離転校のこととかかな。走るのが好きなら乗り越えられるって言ってたっけ？ミュウは確か自分のことをちゃんと理解できれば納得できるって言ってたかな。ひなはどっちかな。まあそろそろ止めてあげよっか。よし、ここでストップ。いいな、そろそろご飯だぞ。止まれ。
And she's gone.
こら止まれたら止まれ
Yep. Yep, and yeah, but I don't remember Inamoto being too happy about that when we saw things from Yuna's perspective. Okay, we're definitely gonna have him. Something occurred to me about their relationship, by the way, that I was thinking about, and I feel it's actually a pretty good point to bring up. What their relationship is supposed to be in charge of an archetype sense is supposed to be they're kind of like two extremes, like whole like yin and yang sort of thing, where it's like one's extremely loose and one's extremely strict. The kind of thing that kind of falls apart about that comparison is, while it is right that their personalities do conflict, the thing is, like, I feel Amishima's really much in the extreme of being like really loose. We haven't really seen her get serious a lot, or just kind of like normal wise. She's just always really laid back. Inamoto to me seems a little more like less of an extreme and more kind of like in the middle, leaning more towards the kind of like responsibility and seriousness. And I think that's what is another thing that kind of makes me feel a bit of a disconnect between the relationship that these two have. You know, I keep saying this all back and forth like I don't like the relationship, but I do. This relationship is interesting on like factors like it's already pre-established and these guys have been knowing each other for a really long time. But I can't 100% find... I can't 100% get the chemistry. Like, I can't completely see the chemistry. I doubt it's just me. But I also know that there's probably a lot of people who really like this couple. So I will say this. It's not my favorite couple. But I do think it will probably get better. But anyway, I think we're at that big point, because like I'm pretty sure this is when this is the day these two would be like. This is probably the day that these two probably had the fight, considering Sachi and Megumi told Yuna about it on the morning of the 15th. So yeah, it's probably going to be getting into that huge fight now. Yeah, like, you know, this is a good example of like a serious moment. But like, you keep all that seriousness just kind of like in your, you just kind of keep all that seriousness in your head, and it just kind of bothers me. If you couldn't tell, Amishima is not one of my favorite characters, but at least I'm a lot more indifferent to Amishima than like or dislike. Mostly because we haven't seen much of her up until this point. Oh, she had a ponytail at one point? Can I say I don't completely get why this bothers Amishima so much. I'm not like I never like got that far and I never like got that far in any the one relationship I had, but it's just kind of like I feel like I can probably like there's probably a whole point to like Amishima being so worried about it, but at the same time it's like you guys do this stuff specifically so you can stay together. And if you think of it that way, then to me it doesn't seem like it would be so bad. So yeah, I guess that's I guess there might be something in there's this whole thing with Amishima that I'm probably not understanding or not getting. But yeah. These seeds are just gonna keep getting risque and risque, aren't they? Yeah, this one isn't as bad as last episode, but still pretty suggestive.
みゆ
ちょっとまつり、何考えてるのよ。
何ってみゆのこと。
そうじゃないでしょ。ここどこだと思ってるのよ。
大丈夫だって誰も来ないってば。
そんなこと。
声聞こえないようにするからさ。
ダメ。ダメだってば。やめて。ルール忘れたの。
わかってるけどさ。でもだってみゆ陸上部のことばっかり思い出してるからさ。
それが
私だって最後の夏なんだし思い出欲しいんだよみゆ。
そんな だってば、学校なのよ。
わかってる。
分かったら手を。
わかってる。だから
大事な時期なのよ。
そうだけどさ。
国体もあるし、
わかってるけど。
大学のことだって考えなきゃ。
でもさ、最後の夏だってミュウも言ったでしょ。
こんなことして不祥事と。
大丈夫、平気だよ。ミュウ、愛してる。
Wait, was that crunching sound supposed to be Amishima's wrist? Shit. She's really mad. No shit. Oh, I think I see why I think I see why Amishima's a little I think I see why Amishima would probably get pissed at hearing another woman's name. Is there one more event, or is that... Yep, as I expected, one more event. You know, it's very funny you're saying this now, considering you're the one who kind of pushed her to her limit. Okay, I'll have a lot of things to say about. I have a lot of things to before. I'm not gonna continue antagonizing Amishima, and I have a whole thing to say about that last cherry event. I'm just gonna wait for this one to finish up first. Yeah, it's very funny that you're suddenly talking about worrying about being exposed when you're the one who ultimately just pissed her off. You're both acting like idiots. I don't know if I said that the first time we saw this scene, but I meant it back then. I thought that back then, and I think it now too. Talk about a fine mess this has evolved into. Alright, let me talk about this. Not only the cherry event that just happened, but the last one as well. It's very strange that... I think I'm finally starting to get a little bit I think I'm starting to understand Amishima a little bit more. At least a little bit more, and... this will be a doozy, so this will be a bit of a doozy, so if you're just mostly here for the story, you can just stop the episode now. But I'm just gonna rant for a minute. But I think I understand Amishima a little bit more. How Inamoto is like very strict for good purpose, but she still is pretty strict. And in some ways, I understand why Amishima Amishima thinks Inamoto does not completely understand how she's feeling, and and Inamoto probably doesn't completely know how she's feeling. I understand that. So I understand that we have that. Okay. So then this scene kind of slowly, okay, we have that in mind, where I understand Amishima's point there. I do not think that forgives Amishima just literally. I don't think that forgives what Amishima does next, though. I don't think that forgives, Amishima pretty much almost kind of forcing herself on Inamoto. And so yeah, so that happens. Inamoto gets mad, obviously. Inamoto gets extremely pissed for good reason and obviously. But then Inamoto has to bring up Hina. This is where it kind of shows the whole case of a fight is fought with two sides. Where bringing up Hina, I don't know why Inamoto did it. I don't think she probably meant to either. But I can see why that really hurt Amishima. And despite not wanting to, Amishima retaliated. You even see it in her thoughts, or in her inner monologue, it's why am I saying this? I'm not trying to say this and stuff like that. So they both are justifiably angry. And then the day after, pretty much Hina comes into this. There's also Amishima's whole now suddenly being worried about their relationship being exposed because Inamoto's acting differently. It's dude, you kind of set her over the edge in the first place. I don't think you completely have room to talk. But yeah, so they're both angry, both for good reason, and they're both just waiting for one to apologize first. And they're both extremely stubborn on this. Fact. The fact where Amishima thinks the only way that Inamoto might apologize is if Amishima gets Hina to favor her over Inamoto. This is a bad situation. Because in their pursuit, in Amishima's pursuit to perhaps get Hina on her side, she might get feelings for Hina, or get too frustrated at Inamoto to recognize her feelings for her. Anyway, that very long kind of rambling aside that hopefully made sense. This gives a really interesting insight into the couple itself, and it really does make the couple really interesting. But I still have not necessarily reached that click where I feel their relationship is solid. In fact, it's crumbling. Right now. But it's they both kind of crossed the line at one point, neither is right, and now they're both acting like idiots because of it. And this is not going to be something that this is not going to be something that settles itself. This is not going to be something that settles itself down. Though, in kind of some light of good news, they have not quite broken up yet. They're just mad at each other, and if you want to really get into finer details, they'd probably be what's considered on a break. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna end this off here. Next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof, we'll be moving on to Koba's cherry events, which I gotta say I'm a little disappointed it's Koba and not Adius. We haven't seen what Adius like yet, but you know how it is. Anyway, see you guys then.